The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Welcome to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I feel like we haven't recorded at a regular time, like forever. Like it's been
a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's been almost a month. Like we've either recorded like late Monday night or Tuesday nights or Sunday nights. So we should call Sarah now. Like seriously, yeah. It's what like it's like 5.
Yeah, I think we would get a
a.m.
very good reaction from her.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
this
it's
time
like,
of day.
Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. over
I'm
there.
sure she'd be very excited.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, she'd be bright and chipper. Yeah. So we said we'd save a spot for her. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Every week.
Thank you for doing the show last week. We love you.
Yeah.
So we'll have you back soon. No, I thought last week was fun. It's always fun when she's here.
It was.
If you guys haven't heard the show as of yet, obviously feel free to go download it at your own disposal. Yeah, no, I mean, she had a lot of fun. She told us she had a good time, so I'm glad she had a good time. We had a good time, so definitely. I like having guests that actually know what they're talking about on the show, instead of just random people.
It's cool.
So yeah, that have no clue on what's going on. So so that was a jab at Ray. So I don't remember if you know Ray or not. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Old Ray.
Old Ray. I don't know if you guys remember, but we actually started the show with 3 people, and it was my good buddy Ray, and he never really talked. So he decided he wasn't for him, and we wished him well. So, and we erased his existence except for his T-shirt. So this is Bring Back Ray. So that's the only T-shirt that's ever really sold besides the Dads That Game one. So, yeah.
I guess we could do one of those memes like everybody made with the Thanos thing, where like just a picture of Ray with him like disappearing.
I'll check into that. So, we actually, before we begin the show, I did want to say, man, we lost another great one just yesterday. Steve Ditko died.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys don't know who Steve Ditko is, if you like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, he is the man that helped create them. So, man, he's going to be missed. That sucks. 90 years old, though. So, definitely not a life wasted. I mean, it was a life well spent. So,
or cut short or anything. Yeah. I mean, he lived a long life. It just makes me afraid now for Stan Lee because...
Yeah, he's just as old.
I get worried.
Well, and I mean, there's
not only is he old, but I think people give him like all those rumors of like elder abuse and everything with him.
Right.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I think he has too many people that love him and too many people in the industry to make sure that he would be okay if that really was going on. Like seriously. So I mean, because he's tied in with like Disney now, and like Disney's not going to let anybody screw with you. So
anybody hurt him.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard the same stories. I've heard that, like his daughter or something like that was doing, like elder abuse, but
doing something.
Yeah, but I mean, there's never been anything confirmed about that. So, and a lot of the times you have to be careful. And that's the thing that sucks nowadays too, is that so many people lie and so many put things on the internet that are so just not true, and it's so hard to tell what's truth and what's not truth nowadays. I mean, for God's sakes, we can go political, but we're not going to.
No, we don't do that.
We just don't. But I mean, I would wish that he's okay too. I mean, I love Stan Lee. I mean, he's the reason that Marvel Comics is around. So yeah. So I'm right up there with you. Like I feel with like Steve Ditko dying. Like I feel like when Carrie Fisher passed away. Like
just another big name.
Right. Like, well, because like we lost, who did we lose? We lost a lot of people. Like, what was it, 2007? Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2017. And then when Carrie passed away, she almost died like that year, and then she hung on there for a couple more months, and then she did pass away.
Yeah.
But that's kind of just how I feel like about these people that create these, amazing things that you grew up with, and then unfortunately because of age or disease, start dying. And I mean, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain to like, a new generation of people, for anybody that's like under 20, because you really haven't lived as of yet. But like for people like in their, 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, it's like when you live long enough to start seeing people die that you care about and that you grew up with.
Yeah,
it kind of blows my mind a little bit, I mean, obviously it's life, but I never thought in my life. Yeah, well, I just never thought in my life like it would happen. Like, I'm honestly waiting, for the day that like my friends start getting sick or die. Like, it hasn't happened as of yet, thank God. Like, I've only lost like, he wasn't like, we weren't super close, but like only one person that I really know that I could say like was close to me, like I grew up with, has died. Well, besides my own father, but that was very young when that happened. But you know what I mean. So it's kind of a, like I said, it's kind of superficial feeling sometimes, because it's like, I just never thought it would happen to me. So, but enough of our dilly dally. But our thoughts, and I hope his family's okay. I'm sure they're fine. I mean, he made a ton of money, so especially ever since that Disney deal. But obviously this is show 109. Please make sure you go to our website, www.noobsandpros.com. You can check us out Thursday nights, Podcast Radio Network. Please support them. Podcast Radio Network, you can download 2 apps. Actually, I think you can do more. You can actually, you can search for the Podcast Radio Network on Alexa now, which is pretty cool. Just say, Alexa, play Podcast Radio Network. It's pretty neato. But all you have to do is, if you want to download the apps, you can download the Crikey app, which is Crikey, Krykey. Tune it to 102.6. You can also go to, Alexa's playing my Podcast Radio Network now. Alexa, stop. Yeah, that was apparently
it was a good advertisement for it though, because it just did it and it worked.
Alexa, stop. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Apparently she's listening. That's the thing I drives me crazy about that thing sometimes, because when you're watching TV and they talk about it,
she just picks up
everything.
Going,
You have to call her she, because if I say it right now, she's gonna pick it up again.
Yeah.
Yep. That was fun. What was the saying? Yeah, Crikey. Go to Krykey. Tune into 102.6. You can also download the TuneIn app. TuneIn, all you have to do is just search for the Podcast Radio Network. You'll be able to find our show 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also, I did not know if you knew this, but we are now on Google Play Music. Yeah, it happened. So if you're a Google Play Music fan, all you have to do is just search for Dad's the Game, and you can find all our shows right there. I also submitted the podcast for iHeartRadio, so I'm still hearing back to see if they approved us or not. So I found a way to do it, and I did it. So we'll try to be hip with you kids out there.
Done.
Yeah. I don't even know if anybody uses iHeartRadio anymore. Like, I feel like maybe that would have been relevant like 2 years ago, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's our MO. Like, seriously, like, we're on everything that like is super unhip, like Facebook and Twitter. Like, nobody uses Facebook and Twitter anymore except for like 30 and 40-year-olds, which I guess is our key demographic, because we're the dads that game. I don't know. So I feel like we'll probably
never
your
buddies that game.
Right, like, or the young, young gentlemen that game. So
young and hip, the young and hip that game.
Right. Yeah. It's just not happening.
We have to leave that to young and hip people.
We are on Instagram though. So I think the kids still like that. The kids listen to me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Yeah. We are on Instagram though.
My 11-year-old has my 11-year-old has just signed up to Instagram.
Okay. So we're a little ahead of he is, but he is 11. So that's okay. Yeah. but that's where you can find us. Also, thank you to our friends at Player One Coffee. Make sure you support them. Go to www.playerone.coffee.com. Type in code DADSThatGame, add 5%. I'm sorry, at checkout, not at percent. What? At checkout, and you can save yourself 5% when you check out. There we go. Fixed it. Done.
Done.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have quite a bit of a jam-packed show for you. We're going to talk about Fortnite, which is something we haven't done ever. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
When we talked about the lawsuits and stuff like that.
Not really. No.
Well, we talked about the lawsuits.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about actually the game itself this week. I'm not going to make it my game of the week, though. No. So,
no.
Because I'll probably be ridiculed just mercilessly. Seriously. Because I was playing it the other... I've been playing it a lot. I'll be honest with you. There you go, honey. That one was for you.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you. I've been playing it a lot. I've been able to. I got the battle pass, which the really funny thing about that game, and I had to watch. I was watching the news the other day, and they had a pop-up news story about it. That game makes $10 million a month. Not kidding.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Just on cosmetic stuff. So
yeah, just on cosmetics.
Yeah, it's unreal. The game's free. They only have a single player. It's a one map. The PvP battle royale thing. It's one map. It's not multiple maps like PUBG offers or other places offer.
But it's cool though.
It's fun.
Definitely, it's a fun game.
Definitely fun. It's hard now because everybody's a pro at it. Like I think it's just it's one of those games that kids have played so much that it's hard to
good.
It's hard to get that winner. Yeah, the number one spot. It's super hard. So I've come close. I finished fifth in one round and then I finished third in another. So, but it is hard to get that first place round.
I mean, I've done all right, and it's just it's the building mechanic, like how some people can build so fast. Yeah, and like it's
that I can't get down yet. Because even my mouse, like I play on PC, my mouse has a button where it flips up the building mechanic right away. But I have not been able to figure that out as of yet. How these kids go so fast. So.
Yeah, I don't get it, but hey, whatever. Everybody's it's the most popular game in the world.
It's ridiculous though. 125 million players, $10 million a month. Epic is probably just. I mean, they're crying themselves to sleep with millions of dollars.
It's not just the most popular game, though. It's not just the most popular game. It has become a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, like kids are doing the dances. It is that popular. I know. My daughter. The
dances are on everything. Everywhere.
My daughter did the floss dance the other day, which is adorable. But I was just like, God, kid. I'm like, I know where you got this from.
Yeah.
Like, just.
Yeah.
Like,
how about in the World Cup? I think someone from England in the World Cup just did one of the dances.
Yeah.
So it's just. It's ridiculous how far-reaching it is with everybody.
We'll talk about it today, though. We'll talk about the next, obviously, Battle Pass coming up here.
Yeah.
We have all the news and all the information about that today. The one thing I did want to talk about, though, obviously, this game is super old, and I don't even want to admit that it's my game of the week, but it's the other game that I've been playing nonstop, which is really funny because this is the third time that I've bought this game. And I'll explain. But my game of the week this week is Grand Theft Auto 5. And obviously, I know we just talked about kids and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, go play Grand Theft Auto 5. You'll love it. Strip clubs and cursing nonstop. I love that game. It's just so much fun. I've never sat down and taken the time to actually play it, the single player, from start to finish. And I'm really, really trying to discipline myself that if I'm gonna buy games, I'm gonna play them. So I've kind of been on this new kick of basically when I start something, I'm gonna finish it. And I'm starting with my.
Tell me how that goes.
I will. Dang it! Shut your face. I'm starting with my PC catalog. So right now I got in the chute. Yeah. I got Hellblade, Senua's. I kept on saying Sasuna's last week, and I got so
Senua's.
much. Yeah, I get so much crap about it. So Senua's Sacrifice. I get that one loaded. I will finish that one. I have Red Faction Guerrilla. the remastered edition, which if you have not played as of yet, if you originally bought, the cool thing about that game is that if you originally bought that game on Steam, which I did, you get the remastered edition for free. It's just an update. So fantastic. You don't even have to buy it. So I didn't even have to spend the $30 to spend it. I'm actually playing it right now. Really, really pretty game. I mean, it's kind of an interesting mix between the original and what they did with, the update on graphics. So think of the game like at 60 frames per second. So that's pretty much what they did.
That's cool.
Not too bad though. I can't hate it. And then I have Grand Theft Auto 5, which, like I said, is my game of the week this week. The reason I have 3 copies of the game, I don't own 3 copies anymore, but you have to figure this game came out probably 2013, 2014-ish.
It's been out for 5 years. I believe.
It was out on PS3 first. That was the original release platform, PS3 and Xbox 360. Then it was ported to PlayStation 4, which by the time that game, that was one of the weird games too, because like that game came out like at The Last of Us, and just a really weird time for video games that come out on a system that was going out the door. So PS3 went out the door, PS4 came in. PS4 owners were kind of ticked off because they're like, I would really love to finish this game, and I want to get rid of my PS3 as of yet. PlayStation was like, okay, fine. Well, the game companies actually ported them over to the new system. So I played it on PS4. And on PS4, I never played much of the single player. I was always on the online part.
Yeah, the multiplayer.
Yeah, because they had heists. That was when they introduced the heist and things like that. A lot of fun. Dear God, that was in my ears. I don't know if you guys heard that. Probably not. That's probably a good thing. There was a news alert. Apparently, they found the Thai children, so that's good. I don't know too much about that story. I'm sorry. But when it came out on a PS4, I just played the heist. I had it. That was basically when I was playing, everything online. So I played that with our imaginary friends group. Played it a lot online. It was a lot of fun. I was in a clan. We had a lot of fun. Played with a bunch of the imaginary friends guys. But then just kind of lost interest. I think I traded the game in, and then it's probably been 3-4 years maybe since I played it last. And maybe less, probably maybe 2 to 3, probably. But still, I mean, there's a pretty big gap of time. I haven't played it. So it was on the Steam sale, which if you guys missed, I'm sorry. It was over on the 4th. Fantastic deals. We already talked about that 2 episodes ago, so that's your loss. Yeah. But I bought it on the Steam sale. It was like less than $20. I mean, I think it was like $16, $17, something around there. It was like 67% off. Normally, it's still a $60 game, which to this day still baffles my mind that it's 5 years old and they can still sell it at $60 pop. But that's because they have this amazing online support that they do. But I picked it up, and now I'm actually playing the single player. The single player, it's amazing. Like, I don't know if you ever sat down from start to finish to play the single player, but it has such an compelling story. I robbed the Julie store.
Does it?
Go ahead.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. I love it.
No, I was saying, does it really? Like, I mean, I never picked it up ever. Yeah. I've never played it.
Really? Yeah. No. Fantastic story.
Was just that every time I pick up a new Grand Theft Auto, like I got Grand Theft Auto. What was it? What was the one with the was it a Russian guy?
That was 4. Yeah.
The one before.
Yeah.
4.
4.
So I got that one, and I played, and I got like maybe halfway through the story, and then I found myself just launching my car off of everything and trying to, just blow the world up, and then I never played it again.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, I think,
I don't know, it wasn't that compelling of a story to keep me, enthralled for a long time. So I didn't know if this one was going to do the same thing.
This one, yeah, it does, because like I said, like this one is interesting because you get to do heists. So for anybody that's ever been, like obviously wanted to be a criminal, I'm sure some people are criminals, but for anybody that's ever wanted to be a part of a heist, like this game is for you. Like you get to pick your crew, You get to pick, how you want to go in. Like, they give you multiple options on the table. Like, once you get, I would say probably maybe 20% into the game, then you start doing heist, because there was this really funny, well, obviously not funny for anybody who's ever been through this, but one of the lead characters, there's multiple lead characters. There's Franklin, there's Michael, there's Trevor. But Michael, his wife, is basically cheating on him with her tennis instructor, and he finds them. And he chases the tennis instructor to this like ritzy mansion kind of thing that's like overlooking this cliff. And basically, like, he's like way up on this balcony, and Michael gets ticked off, and he basically takes a tow rope out, hooks it around the structure, like the base of the structure for the deck, and rips off the deck, but it rips off the whole house, and does probably probably $2.5 million worth of damage towards his house. But then he finds out very soon that it's not the tennis instructor's house. It was basically this drug dealer's house that the tennis instructor basically was just hiding out at. So the drug dealer basically comes and finds you and basically tells you, he's like, you're going to fix this. And he's like, I'm thinking about $2.5 million. And then Michael's like, oh, God. He's like, I'm already, he's like, I have no money. He's like, I'm already up to my eyes in mortgage. He's like, what am I going to do? So he basically, then he decides that, well, because originally he was a bank robber that kind of got turned by the feds. The feds used him as a witness, so they pay his witness protection, and pay him, every year to basically keep his mouth shut for what he did or what he turned in. But then he realizes very soon that he needs to go back to a life of crime. So the first, he does all these small jobs, like he sabotages this tech company where this guy, basically, he was selling cell phones and stuff like that, and he sabotages it to where the phone blows up and it kills the guy, which was really funny to watch on TV, by the way. Did I mention this game is rated M for mature? I'm just making sure I threw that out there. Okay.
Everything you're saying, you're like, oh, it's hilarious.
It is.
His head falls off, and
well, his head basically gets exploded. Like, you ever watch Law Abiding Citizen with Gerard Butler, where he plays the dad that goes on revenge. The judge scene where she picks up that cell phone and then she gets shot through the head. Same concept. We'll just say that. And everybody's gonna be like, I'm gonna go watch Law Abiding Citizen. You're welcome, Gerard. I'll get that up for you. No, but then he realizes, obviously, he's got to make some big money. So then the one I just got done with, and obviously there's more heists to come, which is the best part, because I heard something about robbing the Union Depository, which is gonna be fun. But the one I just got done with is we robbed a jewelry store, and it was really cool because, like, you go in, you case the joint, you look and see where the security cameras are, you look to see if there's any vents, you look to see if there's any, obviously standing security, and then you go back to this warehouse he has, you formulate a plan, you get to pick who you want on your team, and then, per the plan that you make, then you have to go find stuff. Like the plan that I took, I took the option to pump in some nerve gas and make everybody go to sleep in the store, so we didn't, trip any alarms, so we can go in during the day and, get out of there as soon as possible. And, we'd have more time to do it that way if everybody was asleep, instead of, just going guns blazing and, people probably getting hurt, or obviously, not have as much time to grab all the loot. So it kind of weighs out your options of what you can do. I can't believe I'm still talking about this. This game's 5 years old, seriously. But I said, for anybody that hasn't played it, I would say give it a try. But like I said, very, very, very rated M for mature. So please make sure.
It's a very hard M.
Yeah, very, very hard M. I mean, you're talking about basically, it's still Grand Theft Auto. So, I mean, obviously there's still strip clubs. There's still, hookers. You can obviously, have your services taken care of and then kill them and get your money back. Just like Dad did. Woo. No. But no, like I said, that's my game of the week. Obviously, if you disagree with me, feel free to send me an email. Just send us an email to Dad's the Game Podcast, dadsthegamepodcast@gmail.com. You can obviously interact with us every week if you want to. Some people do, some people don't. Some people leave us comments all the time, so we appreciate that. But that's my game of the week. I would say that's what I've been playing pretty much 90% of the time. So Other 10% is like Fortnite.
Interesting.
So if you haven't tried it, check it out. If not, though, I understand if you're against super hard rated R M games, but it's a fun game. So get you ready for Red Dead Redemption 2. So, which should be just as rated M for mature. So we'll see. Is that a crow in the background?
Yeah.
There? Okay.
But there's a bunch of birds deciding to talk. That's all. I don't know.
They wanted to be on the show, just like Alexa did.
Like,
so, yeah.
Yep.
There you go. So Amazon should pay. Amazon should pay us for that. That's great. Right. Get some Amazon money. They got the money to spend, right? Yeah, they should. I mean, they're a $1 billion company. Let's talk about upcoming games you can get yourself this week. If you're not excited for this week, you should be. Because there are some
definitely am.
Great games coming out this week. Looking at you, Nintendo Switch, because you got one that I'm super excited about. But obviously, this is going to cover you today from the 8th all the way to the 14th, which, Friday. I don't even know if we'll do a show next week, man, because I'll be playing this game. But obviously, I keep saying obviously. I keep on saying, to be honest with you,
maybe it's not so obvious.
Yeah, these are my key words. I'm sorry. These are my comfort words that I just go to when I'm really frazzled or I don't know what to say. So my wife makes fun of me constantly for it. So last time she actually put a rubber band around my wrist, and every time I said a word over and over again, she'd just snap it. Yeah, it was horrible. So I got mad. I was like, quit it. All right. But the game, we're going to start on the 9th of July, which is tomorrow. But you can get yourself Pato Box, Pato Box. It's not potato, it's Pato. It looks really interesting game. It's like in black and white, and I don't know how to describe it. It's been on PC, Mac, it's been on PlayStation Vita before, but it's finally coming over to the Switch. So it looks cool. I don't know. That may be worth a check out. It's like a fighting game, kind of, or it looks like an adventure game. I don't know. It looks pretty neat, though. Yeah. Check it out. Also, you can get yourself Out of This World on Nintendo Switch, The Lion Song on Nintendo Switch. Actually, I'm sorry. Out of This World is it for the 9th, and then starting on the 10th, you can get yourself The Lion Song on Nintendo Switch. You can get yourself Shining Renaissance on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PC. I did not realize this game was coming out. It was on PS3 before, so this would be the port over. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. It's not. I don't think it's a JRPG. It kind of looks like an RPG. It looks like RPG style, maybe fighting style. I don't know. I'll have to check into that one. I'm not sure. Also, on the 10th, you can get yourself 20XX on Nintendo Switch. That game has been out before. That's a blaster shooter game. Kind of almost looks like Mega Man meets Batman kind of thing. It's the best way I can describe it. It's interesting. It's been out before on PC, PS4, but it's coming over to Switch, just like every other game. On the 10th as well, you can get yourself Hotel Transylvania 3, Monsters Overboard, on PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. I had the privilege to go see that movie early. So, yeah. Oh. Because I am an Amazon Prime member, and they had an Amazon Prime deal where you could go see the movie. And that was a week ago. So, yeah, I'm special. That movie doesn't even come out until the 13th. All right. But also you can get yourself Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on Nintendo Switch. Now, I think that's actually already out. So... Oh, yeah. I don't know why it's still on the list here. That game is already out, so it is on Switch. I've actually seen the physical copy, so I know it's out. You can get yourself Bomber Crew on Nintendo Switch, which is exactly what you think it would be. It's an airplane bombing game. On the 11th, this game actually looks promising. I don't know if you ever played the first one, but Warhammer Vermintide 2 is coming out on Xbox One. I played Vermintide on the Xbox One. It's a lot of fun. So this would be the second one.
It is. They made the second one's actually better than the first one. So it's kind of like almost like a Left 4 Dead-y kind of thing.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, I would say it's almost like Left 4 Dead meets Elder Scrolls, kind of, almost. Yeah. So because it's very
like a swords and boards version of it.
Right. So very fun though. I liked the first one. It was a lot of fun. You can also get yourself. That was it for the 11th. On the 12th, you can get yourself Holy Potatoes, a weapon shop. I didn't make that name up. That was interesting. Okay, then.
Holy potatoes.
Holy potatoes, a weapon shop? That's exactly how it's worded. Yeah. That's been out on PC and Linux and Mac, coming over to Switch. So yeah, not gonna hate it. Just interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I played it a lot on Linux.
Did you?
I mean,
Oh yeah, you're big,
said no one ever.
Big Linux fan there. Yeah. I don't. The only person I've ever known, honestly, that has ever said Linux is amazing, is my brother. Like my brother built a Linux machine, and he said it's amazing because it's like you don't have the control restraints of Windows. So he swears he'll die by Linux, but like I've never run it. I've never actually had my hands on it or ran a platform that used it. So I know it's out there, and I know it's like super. It's like I would say like this is like this is nerdy. Like if there was a line, like think of a line stretched from A to B, and the middle was being a nerd and obviously liking video games and liking comics and stuff like that. If you go underneath that line, like the underground nerdlings, that's Linux users. Like seriously, like these are the guys that live in their basements and hack into mainframes and stuff like that. Those are Linux users. So please don't hack me. I'm just saying.
So
I'm just saying Linux users. I'm not educated. So if you would like to educate me, please come by. Don't hack my crap. That's all I'm saying. So there. Also on the 12th, you can get yourself Star Story, The Horizon Escape on Nintendo Switch. That actually looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. So there's another keyword I say a lot. Radio Hammer Station on Nintendo Switch. Express Rider on Nintendo Switch. The Super Spy on Nintendo Switch. That is not Spy versus Spy. That's actually a Neo Geo game, so that's old. That looks pretty cool, though. That was one of the lesser-known Neo Geo games, but still really cool. You can get yourself Icons Combat Arena on PC. You can get yourself Ghost 1.0 on Nintendo Switch. Ooh, that looks like... No, that's not. It almost looks like Ghost from StarCraft. Kind of does. A little bit, but it is not that game. So please don't associate that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I got excited there for a minute because I was like, Ghost? All right. Yeah, because that was the canceled Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
But then, if you're done on the 12th, hang on for the 13th, because two of these games I'm really excited for. One more than the other, but still very excited. But there's Epic Loon, which is a third-party game, which is actually very, very cool. It has to do with monsters and stuff like that. It was on Xbox One before, but it's coming over to the Switch. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is going to be on 3DS and Nintendo Switch. It was on Wii U before, so this is the remake coming over. I think it's out on 3DS right now, but it's finally coming over to Switch. All redone, and they made it more platformy. Well, not more platformy, but more puzzle solving. They said they did a kind of an overhaul to it, but that's finally coming over to Switch. The game that I'm excited for, and I know Will's excited for too, and I've read a lot of articles this week about this game, and they said it is the return to RPG gaming that we've been waiting for. And I would agree, because I played both demos, and I was blown away.
Me too.
By both demos. Octopath Traveler, finally here. Yeah. Finally happening.
I'm very excited.
Finally here. 8 playable characters that you can go through this world. I don't know what to expect, but I mean, if it's anything like the demos, sign me up. Yeah.
I mean, the most recent demo was actually just like a 3-hour like snippet of the prologue.
Right.
So like you're playing the actual game, and it, what it reminds me of in some ways, which I believe was also their game as well, but Bravely Default.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say
not so much with like chibi characters, but with like the fighting in, like, I know it's turn based like they both are, but how you do like certain things they're weak against, then it makes them stunned, and then you can use like a heavy special attack, and I like all that stuff, like the older mechanics that give you
Right.
advantages, and you have to actually think about what you're doing.
I
The game looks
like
amazing.
I
Looks
love
so
the
amazing.
animation choices that they chose though. So, because it's like it's like a mixture of like 2D side scrolling, but like it's just like 3D modeled, which is it's hard to describe unless you've seen it, but just beautiful what they did
you
with
have
it.
to see the game to understand what they did, because it's like they took an old school game with like 16-bit or 8-bit graphics,
right,
and then they rendered it into a 3D environment.
right. It's really it's hard to describe, but what they did was just it's impressive. So I've been excited.
It's really cool.
I would say the only time I've never been excited about this game was when it first got announced. Like when they were like, when it first got announced, they're like Octopath Traveler. We're like, yeah, that's the dumbest name ever. And then like we started seeing the gameplay, got our hands on it. I'm like, oh my god, this game's gonna be amazing. So, yeah. So we'll see. And obviously, Octo, what they're referring to is the 8 characters that are in the game. So you can choose from a mixture of 8 characters, which is gonna just give you hours and hours and hours of replayability. So be interesting. Yeah, be very interesting to see what they do with it. But let's talk about the news. Obviously, there was quite a bit of news that actually happened this week. Some release dates actually came out. There was rumors again, so we'll see everything that's in the news here. But we'll start off with obviously what we just got done talking about last week with Tinks, the Division 2. But good news. Yeah, it sounds like you'll be able to pretty much play all of the Division 2 by your lonesome. They were speaking to Asus Gamers this week, and the game director, Matthias Carlson, and he basically had the following to say regarding those looking to play the Washington Set MMO solo. He quoted, "You can play through the entire story campaign into the endgame, and then the endgame content alone." He said, but you can also do the same content in 2, 3, or 4-player co-op, or 8-player co-op. Wow, that's gonna be crazy. 2 full groups in the raid if you opt into the challenge that we're adding. So it's very important for us that you get a pick. Will the presence of the raids and the new focus on the catering to solo players encourage you to dip into the Division 2? I would like to know. So please email us and let us know if you plan on getting back in Division 2. I know a lot of people played Division 1 and kind of got the whole Destiny vibe from it, but I mean, from what they sound like and from what we were talking about, Sarah, I think this game is going to be amazing. So I think I'm going to be I'm going to buy this probably day 1. So I think I'm going to be in. Yeah.
I think I agree. Just the fact that everything they're saying about it makes sense. That they're trying to do so much based on what the community and all the feedback from every outlet gave them. That makes sense. And the fact that you can play it right up until the very end game, like to the hardest stuff. You can do everything in the game alone if you want to, which is nice. I mean, friends are great, but sometimes you don't have them around and you just want to play.
Well, and I think that's kind of that. I think this is the reason why this game has always separated itself from Destiny. Because even like when Destiny introduced like the group finding experience, like it still takes 45 minutes, hour, 2 hours sometimes to find a group to do the end game content. And if they're basically saying like, you can go do this alone, like that's amazing to me. Like, reward, obviously, you can reward me based upon, what I did in my in-game stuff. And then obviously if I wanted, a bigger challenge, maybe I could go do stuff with other players. But that's where I said, like, a lot of these games are missing the mark because, like, not all, I believe in community gaming. I really do. But, like, not everybody has the hours to pump into community gaming that, sometimes are required. So, I can't raid 6 nights a week, like World of Warcraft style, just to, obviously learn stuff and stuff like that. I just kind of want to play at my own leisure. And I think that's a lot of the times where things kind of get dropped. So, and I think that's why sometimes people get burned out is because they're like, well, I'm at the wall. I can't get over the wall unless I have, 4 other people pushing me over the wall. Well, what do I do now? So, yeah, I mean, it's
tough.
It's tough.
But, I mean, at the same time, like, The only other thing that I hope that they have fixed, if you can do everything solo, I'm hoping that means that enemies in instances and things like that aren't just insane bullet sponges.
I don't think they would be though, because I mean, honestly, I think if you're gonna play it solo, I think they've developed the system to where it's gonna be scaled down to where you can handle it. Otherwise, it would make no sense whatsoever.
Because that was the only thing that was my only issue is that even regular mobs when you'd be in an instance, even with people, and you'd all get annihilated by these early level guys because.
Yeah, you don't have the gear.
They hit super hard, and basically you were all shooting Nerf guns at them.
Pretty much. Because
apparently, like, out of every 100 bullets that you shot at them, only one was an actual bullet. The rest were all Nerf.
Right. No, I remember, early on days trying to do end game stuff. It was ridiculous. Yeah. So
yeah, it was tough.
The reason I really want to be on board with the Division 2 is because Destiny is calling again, and I really don't want to answer. So, he's like, come on, baby, I changed. Look at me. I got, nine new.
Promise, I'll be good this time.
Yeah, 9 new supers that you can do, and I got a bow and arrow now, and I got, new raids that you're just gonna love. Come on back. And I'm like, I don't know.
I'm sorry I hurt you, baby.
Yeah.
It'll be different this time.
Exactly.
It'll be different. I swear, I've changed.
Exactly.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
Shame on you and shame on me.
Well, and see, that's like the crossing road I'm at right now is because I've been reading all the stories about like what the development team's doing and things like that, and I'm like, I really like maybe I should just give you more.
It's unfortunate, and what is it, September that happens?
I know. So.
Yeah, September I will probably pull the trigger because I didn't even pay for the what was the last expansion? The only other one they've done.
Oh, well, they did the Curse of Osiris, and then they haven't even done any big ones. And then the last one they did was the I don't even remember. So whatever. It was.
Well, I didn't do the Curse of Osiris or the one that they just did. I haven't done
it. It was on the Warmind. Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah. So
the Warmind. Yes, yeah.
So stupid.
I haven't come back because neither of those things sounded even remotely like they'd keep me vested more than like one day.
That was the sad truth, and that's why a lot of people are ticked off. But I don't know. This one's supposed to be huge, but then you really start like pulling back the curtain to kind of see the evilness of it. Of like, I have to spend $40 again on this game. And then there's also word that they're going to do another season pass, like yearly passes now for Destiny 2, like that you'll have to spend more money on. So they can. I think they can.
Anthem blows it out of the water.
I'm really hoping Anthem does well too. I think Anthem, from what I saw this week, looks amazing. There's a lot of new game footage on Anthem this week. If you guys missed it,
the 20-minute gameplay, everything. That game looks like they're doing it right.
I'm hoping
with the story and everything.
It still scares me.
We could be wrong.
Well, it still scares me because EA is behind it, but I think EA is finally.
Well, EA is there, but.
I don't know. I think EA's finally kind of like, they came down off of their, 8-ball, and they're like, oh, I was a total a-hole for a year? Yeah. I didn't even know. Yeah, so maybe. So it sounds like they're working harder, I guess. I don't know. Maybe when Disney got involved with the whole, Battlefront thing, maybe they listened up. Like, holy crap, I need to go to rehab. Yeah, pretty much. But no, I think with Division 2, I think it's going to fill the gap of that shared world shooter game that I like. But, like, I like Division. I would say if I had to choose between Division and Destiny, I would choose Division. Like, I think Division just had the better game. So, even though I love Destiny and I think it's fun, I just think Division was the better game. It was just...
I may love, like, the whole looking like a robot and doing sci-fi future shooty stuff.
Yeah.
But the Division was just better implemented.
It was just better overall. So, and I think they have a better understanding of what their community wants. And Destiny does not, unfortunately. So, I hope you're listening. I told, it was funny because they were like, I wrote this really mean post online, and obviously everybody's mean online. I was trolling online, but I basically told Destiny, I was like, I hope you die like Cade 6 dies. So, I was angry. So, for those that don't know, Cade 6 dies in the next one. Moving on. But more fighting games are obviously, this whole next block is actually devoted to Nintendo Switch, but I did not know if you knew this, but more fighting games are actually coming to the Switch, which is really cool. But Skullgirls, I don't know if you ever played that game. I've been playing the mobile app, the mobile phone app right now, Skullgirls. It's a lot of fun. But Skullgirls is a fast 2D fighter game that basically puts players in control of the fierce warriors in an extraordinary dark deco world. It's a modern take on a classic arcade fighters with high-definition hand-drawn twists, with 14 colorful characters, beautiful illustrated story mode, in-depth tutorials, and innovative game system. Skullgirls has something for everyone. That's them talking, not me talking. That'd be a really good promo if I came up with that. Right. From finding, basically, if you're a newcomer to hardcore fans, this has been one of those games. I saw this at Combo Breaker. A lot of fun to play. But it's really, it's a lot of fun. It's a one of a kind action game. It's from Lab Zero Games. But they said they're going to bring over Skullgirls 2 and over to Switch. No date as of yet, but they said it's coming. Just coming soon is what the website says. So very, very cool.
It's funny, that game's been around for a really long time.
It has, yeah.
On different platforms.
Right. And now
it's not a bad game. It's definitely cool looking and it's fun. So
I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing the phone game that they just introduced, and that's a lot of fun too. But also another game coming over to Switch. No release date as of yet, but the Tennos out there will know what I'm talking about. Warframe. Obviously, Warframe has been on everything from PC to PlayStation to Xbox, PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Yeah. Actually, it was a free.
Smartwatches.
It's still and it's no, not smartwatches yet. Thank you. That's Skyrim still. It's been a free to play game forever, and I mean obviously they do microtransactions. Cosmetic stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
But they've been able to make so much money on that game. They've been able to revamp the whole game for one. Yeah. Which is amazing. And then they said they're bringing that over to Switch as well. So very, very cool to hear that.
That's really cool.
Yep. Yeah. The story that I want to talk about with Nintendo though, that I'm going to be in trouble with though, is that apparently this is the rumor. But obviously, we know Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is obviously bringing back, their entire roster of all the characters that have ever been in a Super Smash Bros. Game. Well, there's a rumor. I know that they're making the amiibos for the characters that obviously did not have an amiibo before. So they're going to make Ridley. Obviously, if you don't know who Ridley is, it's Samus's arch nemesis. All you Samus fans out there, but they're gonna make a Ridley amiibo. I've heard they're gonna make an Ice Climbers. They're gonna make a Snake amiibo. But also they said that there's a rumor out there that they may make 64 amiibos. For all the amiibos that are in the new game, they may be getting their own amiibo. So that would be a cast of characters of 64. At this point.
Wow.
I would be broke. Seriously.
I would just buy the Ridley one just because.
I don't know.
Because I'm obsessed with Metroid.
Sure. So. Well, and I have the Metroid and I have the what is the
the squishy one.
The squishy Metroid, the Metroid one. And Samus. Yeah. So I have the 2-pack of that. I was very fortunate enough to get that. I have a lot of beautiful amiibos that are still in their packaging just because I love the art of them. And a lot of them are super rare too. Like you're not gonna be able to find them anymore. Yeah.
How come what's wrong with Kraid? Just Ridley? Not Kraid?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I would have thought that those two are both equally. Yeah. I mean, I know Ridley keeps coming back, and maybe Kraid just got killed in Super Metroid, and then that was the end of it.
Well, I mean, the way I look at Ridley is like Ridley is the Ganondorf of Zelda. Like he's always around for some reason. Like even doesn't matter how many times you're gonna kill him, he's just always there. So I kind of feel like that way. But they say, I don't know if they're gonna make all 64, but they did say that they're gonna make the cast of characters in new poses. So obviously it's not gonna be the old poses they had the Super Smash Brothers ones in. It'll be new poses, which God makes me just very fearful of how much money I'm going to drop on new amiibos. Dear God. Because, I mean, if you figure they're about $15 a pop, I mean, let's just do the math here real quick, okay?
Yeah.
So, hold on, I'm going to grab my calculator because I'm just fearful. So they're about $15 a pop, roughly, sometimes more, depending on, what you get with them. But if there was 64 new ones, that's $960. My wife is going to kill me.
Hey, Mike spends $1,000 on amiibos.
The sad thing is, too, is I almost have, oh, God, I probably have over 100 amiibos. I do. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I probably already spent that much money. Like, well, obviously 100 times 15. Oh, whew, about $1,500 worth of amiibos right there. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Jiminy
I
Christmas.
think
I have a problem.
I'm going to make myself I'm not going to spend any money on any things until August when I buy the Lego Voltron.
Oh, Voltron. I saw that. Yeah, that looks amazing too. So
freaking Lego Voltron.
That is
and
gonna be great.
you can make all the lions, and then in the lion form they just fold and turn into the actual robot.
Yeah, we know how it works, but
you don't have to take them all apart and rebuild. That's amazing.
You don't have to explain it to us. I know how it works. Thank you. You know who you're talking to.
No, I mean, as far as Legos, you do have to kind of explain it because I think people would think that you have to
rebuild the
if you build the lions, then you have to take all the pieces apart and build the robot. But you don't. You can actually just do it.
That's pretty cool.
Very exciting.
Yeah, you can talk about it on your podcast, the Voltron podcast, with William Small.
Yeah, the Voltron podcast.
Yeah, with William Small. Just talk about Voltron. Before we go over, I'm gonna push the Fortnite story to our last story, and then we'll get out of here. But a couple other stories coming up that was really surprising this week. Apparently, did you know Dead Island 2 is still going to happen? I was shocked too.
I don't believe it.
I was shocked. I don't know. There was a Twitter message.
I just don't believe it.
Yeah, but the developer on Twitter said this game is still in development. I don't know a release date. I don't know anything else about it. I don't know, dude. I'm not a game developer. I don't know. This game was expected.
You know more than you're letting on, don't you?
Yeah. I'm like this. I'm like this with the president of Deep Silver. Oh yeah. We're BFFs forever. Yeah.
No.
I
thought believe it when I see it.
That's kind of the same standpoint I'm at as well. Like I will believe it when I see it. Like when I see a release date for this game, I will believe it. Because I mean, realistically, this game was supposed to come out when?
2015.
15? Yeah, 16 roughly.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. Yeah.
I mean, how about the fact that all we've ever seen from it is just that trailer of the guy running down the beach?
Yeah, that's the only thing. So,
we've never seen gameplay footage. So, no.
I don't know. And didn't that wasn't Deep Silver dissolved as well? I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
I thought so, but I don't know. I mean, Tech Labs was also part of them, weren't they?
I think
and then
so.
They branched off and started doing the Dying Light games.
Oh, Yeah, you're right. So, we'll see. Maybe they obviously made enough money where they can bring them back. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see. Like I said, we'll just see. We'll see. The other rumor, too, that we have to kind of confront as well is that according to a Microsoft Store leak, Darksiders 3 finally got a release date. I'll believe that one when I see it, too. But for anybody obviously excited for Darksiders 3, yours truly, November 27th is the rumor right now that game will be available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Sorry, Switch fans.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would be excited if the game came out. I mean, obviously it's going to come out, but it just hasn't yet. So it's just a matter of time.
Right.
But I loved the first two.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens on that one. But it'd be pretty cool if that came out in November. I mean, be a right time for it.
Yeah.
But also, I did not know if you knew this, but Dead or Alive is not dead. Haha. It actually, and it's coming back to EVO this year. Obviously, for those who don't know what EVO is, it's in Las Vegas. Huge fighting tournament. Black Vegeta, our resident here in Iowa, he's part of Noobs and Pros. He was just at Combo Breaker. Amazing. I think he's placed he's in the top 1,000. I think he's 999th in the world. He's 1,000 in the world.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very, very amazing fighter. And he's working his way up all the time. But he's going to EVO. So, and he'll be playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters out there and other games, and he's really taking it seriously. So we'll see what happens this year with him. We'll bring you more stories on that. The reason I bring up Dead or Alive is because actually they're bringing Dead or Alive 6 to Evo this year. And then they said also that the game's not released as of yet. The game actually is planned to be released early 2019, so it's still being developed, but it will be at Evo this year. So definitely check out Evo. Like I said, August 3rd through 4th. We'll talk more about it when it comes closer. Maybe have some coverage of it. Maybe put it up on our Twitch site. So check us out. Also, we're on Twitch too. I don't know if you guys knew that. So yeah, Dad's the Game. Just go to noobsandpros.com, click on the podcast. All our links are right up there. But yeah, the Dad's the Game. We are on Twitch. We have stuff up there from time to time. I don't stream as much as I should, but I do obviously host other tournaments and stuff like that. So if you can't find the tournament you're looking for, just go to our site. You can usually find it. Host a lot of Heroes of the Storm stuff. So last story, obviously, we want to talk about today, though, is Fortnite. The reason being is because Fortnite Season 5 is almost here. Like I said, the game is ridiculous. I mean, 125 million players, concurrent players, $10 million a month this game makes. It's interesting to see how they do these seasons, though. I did not realize that every season that they open up, like, you have to buy that. So this is the 5th season. I think it's like $10 a pop. Like, it's $10 per the season, but like you get more challenges and things like that you can do. So yeah, I bought the season 4, but apparently I'm super behind on it, and I did not realize how much stuff is in an actual season. Because with seasons like you can get up to like level 70, and they give you stuff that makes it worth your while. I mean, you just have to play the game and obviously complete the objectives and stuff like that. Like, shoot so many people with an SMG or, a handgun or shotgun, or go to this area or, loot ammo crates and things like that. I mean, those are the objectives they have you do.
Right.
A lot of fun, though. I mean, a lot of fun. But the season 5, obviously, apparently is supposed to be sometime this week, is what I've been hearing. So probably early as tomorrow. Because they said patch 5.0, which says the week of 7/9. So I'm guessing as of tomorrow, Challenge the Horde mode will be there. There's new flintlock weapons. If you guys don't know what a flintlock is, that's old timey Civil War. I don't know, before then too, weapons, I guess. Civil War, American Revolution, weapons. Pirate weapons. Yeah, best way to say it. They just had a flint, they locked, and you shot it with gunpowder. The other cool thing that they said too is they're going to have new Wild West heroes, which will kind of be interesting. There's also going to be a new assault rifle in the weekly store. And then also, that's the first time I've ever think they've put an assault rifle in. So that'll be interesting. Patch 5.1 actually is going to happen July 23rd. And actually, I'm sorry, the 5.0 content update is happening on the 16th of July. July 23rd, the week of that, patch 5.1 comes out, and that's the Canny Valley Act 1. So I'm wondering if that's the new map, or I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it. So, but the game is, like I said, the game is it's a cultural phenomenon, like Will said earlier. Kids are doing the dances. Kids are all over this game, like no other. Like, I cannot honestly log into the game.
Adult, you name it.
Everybody's playing it.
It's not just
mostly kids.
One group of people, because, well, mostly kids, but it's pushed so many boundaries that, like, the dances are in professional sports now. People are doing them, and, like, it's everywhere.
It's just everywhere. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
$10 million a month, though. God, seriously. I can only imagine making that much money. The
best part is that me and you do you remember when we first brought this game up? When we first brought it up, and we were like, what are they doing? They're just stealing a little bit of thunder from PUBG.
Well, and they did. Well, but the thing is, like,
and then they
they just, I mean, they're blowing up. Here's the thing about this game, though. This game, when it first came out, I mean, the Save the World game, it's a totally different game. It was basically, you versus kind of a zombie thing, and you could build, these things, and it was kind of like shared world, because you could jump into other people's games all the time. but from what the original game was to battle royale mode, I don't know where they came up with the idea. Obviously, and that was what PUBG was saying too, is that there was some developers that obviously were with Bluehole that came over to Epic, and that was where the whole lawsuit thing was. But they, PUBG lost the lawsuit. Yeah, I don't know at what point in time this became the standard of battle royale games. And the reason I say that is because there's so many other battle royale games out there. I mean, for God's sakes, there's another one coming out soon. It's going to be early access on Steam, but it's called what is it? The Fear the Wolves. Yeah, Fear the Wolves, and that's from the developers of the Stalker series. So they're making one. So it's I don't know at what point in time, because there's a ton of battle royale games out there. A lot of them are fun. Like H1Z1 has one now, and that one's a lot of fun on console. PUBG is still fun. They just came out with a new map on PC, which is coming over to Xbox soon. That's a new map that's a lot of fun. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I just feel like this is going to be the new normal from now on. Like PUBG, the battle royale mode. I mean, we already have rumors that obviously Battlefield and Call of Duty are getting their own, battle royale modes. So it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's just very interesting to see the way that the culture has shifted. So it's not a bad thing. I just think it's interesting. Yeah. I don't know when the bubble's going to pop, I guess, is what I'm saying. So, because MMOs,
kids will get bored eventually.
Right, well, because, if you think about it, MMOs used to be the big thing, too. I mean, you're talking 20, 30, 40 million players that used to play World of Warcraft concurrently at one point in time, and the bubble popped. Now they're down to, 10. This is 125 million, which is insane, by the way. But, eventually, it's going to pop. It's just, it happens. It happens all the time with, anything. Look at what was it, a year and a half ago? Kids were playing with fidget spinners, everywhere. And now they're lame.
Now they're gone.
Yeah, now they're gone. So I just kind of feel like this may be the same situation. This is going to be big for a while, and then the bubble's going to pop. I'm sorry. Yeah, you had your time. Yep. It just happens. Everybody gets their 5 minutes in the spotlight. So, yeah. But that's all the time we had today. We do thank you for tuning in. Obviously, make sure you go to our website, www.noobsandpros.com. Click on the tab that says the podcast. You'll be able to find our show there. Check us out Thursday nights, Podcast Radio Network, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Please support them. They are always kind to us. And like I said, we are now on Google Play Music. So please just go search for the Dads That Game. Actually, just search Dads That Game. No spaces. You'll find us. I promise. Unlike all the other times I promised you. But that's all the time we had. We do thank you for listening. We will be back next week, hopefully. Yeah, probably gonna happen. Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think we've been canceled yet. So, how do you cancel a podcast? Yet. Honestly, okay, no.
And who does it?
Yeah, exactly. No, you can't. You can't record your podcast anymore. Okay, thanks. I pay for it. So
you just get a call on a big red phone.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, that's what I kind of feel like it's. I kind of feel like it's Wayne's World. It's like where they're on public access, and Garth's like, you can't cancel this. Just give us another chance, man. Just you can't cancel this. And it's like, dude, chill out. We're on public access. You can't cancel us. So that's how I feel sometimes. But we love you. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.